Hello guys, my name is István Szép and I'm here to draw again live. And what I will draw today is again in Inkscape, this amazing free program I'm using to do illustrations, logos and all such. And this is the program I'm also teaching. A friend of mine took this photo a few weeks ago in a forest, and I love the colors and how the acorn is looking, and I love the depth of field and the colors of the little moss around the branches. It's very nice little photo, and I like it because it gives plenty of space here on the left for me to draw. So when I see pictures like this, or I take pictures like this, I always want to draw little elves, or I don't know, little characters into it. Like if you remember a few videos earlier, I made one about a mushroom and about a little elf hanging out. My brother took that photo in the forest. So I will do something similar now. But I gonna imagine that this is a little house and I will make some bugs around it. This tutorial, as most of the tutorials, what I'm drawing, these live drawings, I'm just checking everything is fine in Google+. Yes, everything is fine. Do you see me? Just have to check everything is okay. So I hope everyone sees what am I doing. So most of my tutorials or Inkscape drawings are not actually what you see here on YouTube is not actually drawings for tutorials. So I'm not gonna teach you how to make a little house from an acorn. What I'm gonna teach you is the opposite, is using the tools of Inkscape and not copy what you see, but use the tools for something you would like to create. And if you have any question, you can even ask, and I try to help. What I'm doing now is a little window on the acorn, little cuteness. You see, I'm creating, even this window can teach you, because I'm not drawing the middle boards, or how is it called, this middle planes of the window, the cross in it. I'm drawing what you see between those, and they are making the window. So I have this window here. I can turn it a bit. Yeah, something like, is it? Yes. And I'm drawing, I'm zooming in and out a lot. This is not a high quality photo which I got. I could have asked my friend, and I will also later on, but this is good enough for drawing on it. This is what I like in Inkscape. As you see, I do this a lot. You can actually grab parts of the drawing by taking the color out of it. So this is my like a window plate. Here I'm gonna make a door. And already with this I try to make it appear like it's behind the grass or moss. Is this dark enough? Yes. So you see I'm sampling colors a lot of times from the photo when I'm drawing like this. So this is it. Okay, it could be darker. Let's get it darker from here. Yeah, something like this. And I just want to make that the door is like You see, it's hollow, and this is the thickness of the acorn. Something like this. Same goes here. You can connect these. Use the same gradient. See, I'm using the gradient tool a lot. Use the same to create the windows. If you are watching it on Google Hangouts, you can ask questions and I try to answer that, even though this is not a full tutorial. I'm not going to explain all the things I do because this is about me having fun and drawing for about an hour. But if you have any questions, please ask and I try to answer. So I melted this object together and I will do the same thing. Duplicate, duplicate. And I try to make it. No, that's there, that's here. Okay, mistake. This was a group, it was not melted. So let's make it again. Let's see how it looks. Nice. You see, it has a nice thickness. I can even make it bigger. Yes, yes, nice. This one. I need to make a color myself because it's not dark enough. No, I want brown, not gray. Thank you. Yes. So this is already, the little house is looking quite okay. And you see, I know it's not like photographic quality, you know, but still it seems it's part of the image because still seems part of the image because it's using some similar colors to the image. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna have some more fun and think about if I would be a tiny creature living in an acorn, what would I have in my home? Of course, I would have Wi-Fi. I cannot draw that, but I can draw a lot of other things. For example, a little ladder. You know, I grew up on the countryside, so this is a broken step. Now I distort it a bit, but I try to so it's a bit in a perspective. I will figure out how to, yes, something like this. Yeah, and I group it up and I pick a color which is visible. Too bright, but it's no problem. Usually I'm a bit, okay, it's not a big deal, it's just a tiny ladder I made in a second, but I put it aside here. This is my group. I merge my object into one piece here and I use the gradient on it. I'm doing this because if I want to use it later on, I can. You know what I mean? So I can, if I don't like this, I can throw it away and go back to my group and use the gradient or whatever I would like to do this here. Fix a bit the size of the door. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I have the little ladder. I push it a bit more. Goodness, this is something I think it works. What works also nicely, I know it's a tiny part of the image, but the broken step is just in front of a white part or a bright part of the image, so it has some contrast. Contrast is very important in illustration because maybe it's not the perfect color for what you want to do, not the perfect color, but still it has contrast to the background, so it's visible and it stands out. So if I'm looking at my image like this, it's quite cute. And believe me, after works and days of working for clients and stuff, what I like to have is having some cute stuff to draw. What I'm doing now is a little chimney. A little broken, strange chimney I'm doing. Zooming in so much that the pixels are visible, doesn't matter. Too big. Too big, and this part I wanted to bend. So yes, something like this. Maybe even more, yeah. And then yes, and for this we're gonna create a color from here. This is, you see, as the color palette of the image, I'm not using black outlines and black color. I decided that this is the darkest, this dark blue. This is a dark blue, it's visible. And this is about the brightest. If I want something white, it's gonna stand out very, very much and gonna be too clean. Maybe later on I will use some white if I want to make something, you know, very, how to say, yeah, if I want something to stand out very, very much. What I'm gonna do now, I make this, just have to check back and there that you see what I do. Yes. What I will do is make this one semi-transparent, so I see the photo under it. I create an object and I cut it off. And what happens when I put it back? The opacity. Ta-da! You see, it stands out nicely. It's still too dark to be here, so I'm still just making it even more pale. Something like this. Yeah. So it's standing out nicely. And give some fog or smoke. Sorry. I'm just playing now with the. Yes, and I made this white. I was playing a bit around like the fog is going around the branch. It's not very visible, but you know what I mean. And I can give some circles just to have some fun. Like little bubbles are flying out. So my house is getting quite okay. And I'm thinking what else could be in a little house like this. Obviously, a lot of things around the house and things hanging from the walls and, you know, stuff like that. Around here, I will draw the little character owning the house. I think he's gonna be a bug. I was looking up, there is a kind of bug which is creating holes in acorn, and it has a little, like a long trunk, like a little elephant, it looks. So I will do something like that, or just a general bug, it doesn't matter. Just want to have something cute next to his home. Okay, so you see transparency and gradient is working very nicely. Sometimes I draw something and I make it almost totally transparent, so it's kind of the chimney. So it's, people sometimes ask, does it worse to draw it if you make it almost transparent? But it does, because it just makes the image look better. You know, it's some tiny detail which is almost not there. Okay. And what I do here is like here gonna be my bug. It's like you're gonna have a body, say it's just like this. I drew it white now so I see it against the background, but it will have two legs, another, one, two. Okay, that finished nicely. Giving more. I'm just doing these shredder things to make the arm look like, you know, like a leg of a bug. This is one arm, this is the other. And this can be the last one. Okay, what I need is a different shape of a body and the head, and this, I don't know how we call it in English, just antennas of the bug, so it looks like a bug. So I just move the arms and just try to figure out how a head of a bug would look. See, I'm changing a lot the nodes. If you control click a node, it's creating different shapes, so you can create an edge or a curve. Yes, and the same I do here with the face. So I'm gonna have a face here. And I try to make two, something like, is it a whisker? No. I want it to be like this, so I make it like piece by piece. Or maybe I could have made the legs like this. This tiny is not gonna be visible. Oh no, I know what I want. You know these ones when they look like a little antenna or antlers. Yes, this is something more like it. Yeah, and I put this down here. I like his little silhouette, and he will have a hat, maybe. And then this arm has to come up. Well, I like to use Inkscape for characters and preparing for illustration. Oh, and I have to save all the time. So why I like it for illustration is because you can move this little joint, you can move it around. So this is the turning point of the rotation, and if I move it there, it's like already, you know, it's already ready to illustrate, ready to animate. You can see how it would look. Like, hello. So it's the same thing. And I will make a if you hold the hat like this, the hat has to be downwards. Because what I want to do is that he is saying hello to someone. I want this one. These are so tiny details, they are not gonna be visible on the photo, but you know, when it's like this, so if how is this finger holding on and everything, it's not gonna be totally visible, but when it's like this, these are the tiny details that will add on. So I have the bug here, and if you are following my drawings, you see that I duplicate and I put always aside when I'm done with something and I'm not sure. So this is exactly the case with the bug. I'm putting it aside and we will see how it will develop. So now I'm making him the same bluish dark color which is here. Okay, nice. The legs and the body are not very visible, that he is good. And he's gonna have a straw hat, but it's so much not visible here. It's almost the same background color. Let's make it yellowish. A bit more standing out. No, then it can be the same color. If it's the same color, can he have a green hat? If it's the same color, it's still not standing out. No, no. Ah, yes, that's the color. If you have any questions, let me know. It's always good to answer when I'm doing stuff like this. Yes. So he's waving his hat. And because it's a bug, doesn't matter that here is not perfect, it's not visible. So like this is the original size of the photo. This is where we are now. Because he is a bug, I will make some nice darker colors here. Oh, neat. And I melt everything in and be even darker. Okay, that's very, very dark. Yes. So the light is coming from that way. As for the acorn, and what I will do is some shine. Okay. Here I want to break it because here is his collar. And I will make it semi-transparent so we see still more transparent. No, it can be like this. Yes. So I have my little bug and his house. My only problem is that maybe he's too big for this house. So let's make him a tiny bit smaller. Maybe make him stand out here. Yes. Then I can make the legs a bit longer. Good. See, it was this big and now it's smaller. And I will do it even smaller. And he has this little hat. What I will do more is I'm not sure about that, but yes, I will. Is adding some clothes drying in the sun, and I also will be just wanted to make this part a bit darker. Yes, it would be nice just for the fun of it is creating a shadow of the what is it? Shadow of the ladder. Yes, I know it looks weird, but wait a second. Yes, more or less. Almost not visible. Can make it easier. Because I'm sure the step's not gonna be visible, I just make it like this. Yes, the steps I can put later on. Again, a small detail, but I hope you learn from this, guys. I don't want you to feel that you're looking for some crazy guys doing details which we don't need, but it's really working like that. You have to take care about all the little details to have some fun. So that's good. I have the bug here, I have the smoke and everything, and I want to add some clothes here drying, and let's just try it first how that one would look. I put here a pole, make it thinner. And then I'm putting some clothes. It's like the knot on the end of the pole. This one can be brownish. And if it's this thick here, then it has to be very thin on the other end. And what I will do is I make this blurry because also the front is blurry. Make this part semi-transparent maybe, just to see how it looks. So what I am doing now is that making this part, the back, not blurry. You see here is sharp, here is blurry. It's just basically two objects on each other. Yes, it's nice, it looks almost how I want it. And I fill this one here too. And I make some clothes here because maybe he's wearing clothes, I don't know. Yes, he has maybe a coat. Can he have a blue coat? I'm drawing like a children illustration now. I'm really looking for doing words like that, not just client work, but you know, illustrate for children books and such. It's a funny work. I don't say it's not hard, but I know that I would have a lot of fun with that. Yes, and make it a tiny bit lighter. Make some socks too. One, two. So he has some socks hanging on the dryer. You know, with all the stupid little details, it makes actually that someone is living here. You know, with all the, because if you have a home, you put your stuff around, so it's not very, so it's good if there are things around the house. And more thing, a little broom I can put here. I'm gonna be this color. Yeah. So this is the little house. Someone is living here, and just make the smoke a bit more visible. That's one thing. Just have to switch to see if there are any questions. So this is how it is in the full size. And now I will do the, because this was the little fun part which I had, the idea which I had about the acorn, that it's actually part of a little house. What else I will do is that I will make here a character saying hello to this little bug. So he will just be passing by. Take care about these grasses. Not gonna be perfect, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to. But it's almost good enough. So I'm just clicking around the photo. It's the same what I did with the door, if you see. So this will be my little character saying hello. And I will make him a giant head. This could be some nice color too. I know what color. Yeah, because if he's a forest elf, he has to have foresty. Okay, so this is him. Can make this thing standing this way, maybe. There is a cartoon on Cartoon Network called Over the Garden Wall. If you didn't see it, check it out because it's very good. It's creepy because it's made from tales, fairy tales, and it's a bit like a fantasy, like a child fantasy, crazy stuff. I just remember because the main character has something a hat like this one, so that's why. But it's very cute. And I add the dot. And I make a little elf saying hello. And he will have glasses. Switch to the outline view to see how this part of the nose is going. It has to cover up a bit. And this is how I'm making the mouth. Oh, this just happened by accident, but it's a nice shape. Okay, the neck is very weird, I have to work on that. So he actually has a neck, because now he is not much. And what I will do that it's okay, I went through all this. for hiding the character's bottom, but I will just remove this part now because I want to make him this again. And he's not gonna be naked. We'll just figure out a jacket for him. Oh, that's a nice issue. The point is I want to make it that I keep the arms and the neck and everything, but also the head. Yay! This one can be out. Okay, I will make also this green, some greenish. Nice. No, it can be maybe other color, obviously. So I have my little stupid elf here. Always here, maybe. Clever. It's always good to be a good neighbor, so that's why he's saying hello to this bug. Yes, so here's the little hand. No palm yet, I will fix that in a minute. Okay. What I'd want to do is that his other hand is just looking casual. Yeah, I don't need this part. So in my little elf saying hello, what else I could do is give him another color. Cannot make him disappear this much, but a bit different. And you see, then the nose is standing out too much, so I have to pick a color from here. Okay, this is almost good. It's too pink. I can give him some pink cheeks also, which I like to do. It's just giving some blur. And then that's one. And that's two.